after somebody dies, their neshamah naturally feels like it needs to be cleaned, and like it needs to go to Gehinom to go and clean itself so it could feel better after?
Yeah. So the question is does the neshama feel the need to be cleaned? So the Chachamim say in Reshit Chochmah, also the Arizal discusses it, and several other places, that once a person passes this life, there's a whole process. After they go to the Beit Din of Shamayim, the court of heaven, the court of heaven has a movie that they show this person of every single thing that they ever did in their life. And there's several different angels that are responsible for different missions. One of the angels, the Arizal says, is responsible for asking you why you did what you did in every moment of your life. Not every hour, not every day, every moment of your life, every rega. Why did you do this? Why did you do this? Why did you think this? Why did you look there? Why did you say this? Everything. And then they show you what you did, and this is all happening at lightning speed. And then they give you something that's called din v'cheshbon, judgment and accounting. They judge you in heaven about all the things that you did. They count all of the mitzvot and all of the averot, all the sins. If he has more mitzvot than averot, he's considered righteous, but he still has to pay for these averot. There's no like discount, like if you have more mitzvot than averot, you just go straight to heaven. No, you still have. There's still a process, a cleaning process. If there's more averot than mitzvot, Hashem yirachem. Now, more doesn't actually mean quantity, like number. More means as far as the size, the magnitude. So, for example, somebody can do all of the mitzvot in the world. Every day he puts on tefillin, he keeps Shabbat, he does everything, but only once a month. Just once a month, he kills somebody. Just once a month, not every day. Once a month, he kills somebody. Tzaddik, there you go, tzaddik. Tzaddik in Gehinom. Tzaddik in Gehinom. Why tzaddik Gehinom? Why are you killing people? Even though it's only one sin, yeah, but you're killing people. Everybody that's normal understands you don't need many sins. One of these sins, you're finished. But guess what? The Ten Commandments says that violating Shabbat is worse than murder. Ten Commandments says violating Shabbat is worse than murder. The mitzvah of Shabbat is the fourth commandment. The mitzvah of murder is fifth. Why do we have the sixth? Sixth commandment. Fifth one is parents, honoring your parents. Why? Because if you violate Shabbat, according to Hashem, you're 100% an idol worshiper. Whereas if you murdered, yes, you went against a certain person, you hurt somebody, you're going to suffer for it, but nonetheless, you're not an idol worshiper. So now, once a person's mitzvot and sins are reviewed, he's shown all the things that he did, and then he's shown the cheshbon, the accounting of all he could have done. What potential did Hashem put in you? Not just what you did, but what you could have done. That's the cheshbon. So now, how is that like? Somebody has a talent to, let's say he has photographic memory. Now that person, he could learn Gemara, he could memorize the entire Gemara in a week. He can know the entire body of all the Torah in a week. But instead, he wants to go to be in a circus. He wants to memorize phone books. So in Shamayim, they're going to show him, look, I gave you a brain power to memorize the entire Torah by heart. You could have been the biggest rabbi in the world. Instead, you were a circus act that remembered phone numbers for 50 million people. So not only do you get punished for the sins you made, but you get punished for misusing the gift that I gave you. I gave you $100 million. Instead of using that $100 million to spread my Torah all over the world, what'd you do? You built nightclubs. Caused people to sin. Not only do you get punished for the nightclubs and the sins, but for misusing the gift that I gave you. So once a person is shown the accounting of all of what they did, and also all of what they could have done, their embarrassment in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is so severe, they're so disgusted with themselves, they start begging Hashem to put them in Gehinom. Because, like you said, they feel so dirty and so filthy from their own sins, they say, Hashem, I can't take it. You have to remove this filth from me. You have to remove this disgusting sin from me. This goya that I had a one-night stand with. This stealing that I did. That I did. Get this off of me, Hashem. Please. Why? Because over there, there's no yatzara. There's no desires. There's only truth. You see the truth for what it is. Fully. Clear. And at that point, when you see that Hashem gave you everything and you misused it and in fact used it against Him, of course you want to be clean. On the other hand, if a person lived a life of Torah and Mitzvot, there's nobody happier than that person. Because that person will get to not only see that how much he lived up to his potential, but he gets to see all the bad that he could have done, how he could have misused it. And he sees, wow, that I would have had to go to Gehinom for all that stuff. And he's shown what could have happened to him if he didn't do it. So imagine you won. Okay, that's great. But imagine you won, but they show you the feel, what the loser feels like. That makes the win much better. So that's one of the things that is one level of suffering before the official suffering.